Hi, welcome back to my Lord. It's been a while. Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Brittany, and today's video is my January wrap up. All right, hello, happy Valentine's Day. Hints of my outfit. It's obviously January, not January, good Lord, February 14th. We're going to talk about my reading wrap up. Before I get into it, I do want to say the books that I've read in January has a theme. And I had accidentally, this was not I didn't do this on purpose. This was actually a accidental situation. So if you catch it, there's one book that's not part of the theme. It just happened because I had this one book on hold from the library for like 2 months. But everything else, there's a theme. So I just want to preface that. So, anyways, let's get started. I'm gonna start with my first book, Fahrenheit 451 by hold on, words are hard. Ray Bradbury. This book came out January 1st of 1953. I have the 60th edition copy of Fahrenheit. I was going to tab it when I first read it because this was my book club book choice, and I got wrapped in too quick. So when I this is one of the books I'm definitely going to reread for sure. And I'll make sure I'll tab it and make notes of it. But anyways, um, this I'm just going to jump into it. This is a 5-star read for me. I think because I should probably explain for those who don't know what this book is about. I'm jumping ahead because I'm so excited. And it's been a minute. So, anyways, Fahrenheit 451 is about our main character, Guy Montag. What a name. And he is a fireman. So, basically, what he does, or what firemen do in this dystopian kind of futuristic world, that anybody who has hitting or anybody that hid books in their homes, they burn it. Not only just the books, but they burn the homes, and they either arrest or people who have these secret things. So people are trying to save books and trying to uh basically say, like, back in X amount of years, I want to say like at least a decade or something like that, that the world wasn't so close to what's on TV, because now the TV with the firemen and media, they change what is shown of what's going on. Hence, sounds familiar. But anyways, so Guy Montag meets this young girl, Carice, and she's basically saying, like, yeah, your life is not what it seems. There's people who've have done things that, nowadays people saying they haven't. What you're watching on TV, it's not as true. What they're saying is just all a facade. And his wife, Mildred, is glued to the TV. I mean, Homegirl is, my show is on, right? And he and his wife, Mildred, I don't want to say go on a journey together, but they unravel things are what they thought they were, or actually doesn't claim what they are, if that makes sense. Did I make sense? I don't think I did. But anyways, um and so just I feel like it's crazy that this book came out 60 years ago, and still today it's still a thing. It's especially now. I don't want to I'm trying not to get too political, but I feel like I have to. But I'm not going to do it on here because this is not the point of this video. But I'm just saying, if the shoe fits, call me Cinderella, I guess. But anyways, so I rated this book a 5 stars. Like I said, I did enjoy it. I am planning on rewatching. I've it's been years, but I've watched the Michael B. Jordan version of this book, or adaptation of this book, I should say, and see what the big changes are. Even when I first watched it back in 2018, I think, I already knew there was changes, but I just didn't know what the connections were. So now, since I've read it, I can tell pinpoint what it is. And I do want to watch the 1966 version. I think it's 66. So, hint number one on that. Um, oh, and then also, this book has been tried in states where they're trying to ban this book. I don't remember what the reason why. Let me look it up. Really quick, you're gonna hear a lot of clicking clacky noise, so please bear with me. Um, oops. Um, Banned books. Let's see. So Fahrenheit 451, Ray Bradbury is frequently challenged and banned due to its themes of censorship, profanity, and controversial content, reflecting ongoing debates about intellectual freedom. Are you catching what I'm putting down? I'm gonna leave it like that. Moving on. My next 2 books. These are book 1 and 2 in a series. It's a hockey romance. I think you're gonna figure out what this is. It's Game Changer and Heated Rivalry, which is part of the Game Changer series. Clearly, I'm reading this series because of the show Heated Rivalry. Once again, theme number 2 hint. So I'm going to start with Game Changer because that's the first book. With Game Changer, it's about Scott Hunter, who is the captain of the New York Admirals, and he has a kind of like pre-game ritual. And lately, his ritual has not been helping him in his hockey season career. Does that make sense? I don't know sports. Team. Anyways, and he runs into not runs in, he goes into this, which is confusing. It's a juice place, but they make smoothies. So wouldn't it be a smoothie place? Anyways, he gets a smoothie from a cute guy named Kip. And he's like, "Hey, I'm feeling you, Kip." And Kip's like, "Who are you? But you're hot." I don't know why I'm explaining this book like this, but here we are. Anyways, so Kip makes these smoothies for Scott. Scott keeps going to this juice place. I'm gonna call smoothie because that's all he's in for is these damn smoothies. And one day Scott got the kahunas and be like, "Kip, go on a date with me." And Kip's like, "Hell yeah." And they go to their house and things get heated, but not as heated as Heated Rivalry. You see that transition there? So Heated Rivalry, it's about Shane and Ilya. They're 2 rivals from 2 separate teams. I don't remember their teams. I think I have it on there. Do I have it on my notes? No. One's for Canada, one's for Boston. Sports, right? Anyway, still hockey, but sports. If you and they have this 10-year rivalry, but also 10-year love affair. And if you love like rivals to lover, enemies, I don't want to say enemies to lovers, but it is kind of like enemies to lovers, you'll love this book. But I would say you do have to kind of read Game Changers to, yeah, I would have to say you do have to read Game Changer to read Heated Rivalry because there is some interconnected scenes from both books. So Game Changers 1, Heated Rivalries 2, just to remind that because I don't know if I said that. I also didn't mention who's the author. Rachel Reed. Rachel wrote these books. Game Changer wrote, or she wrote, Game Changer was published in October 22nd, 22nd of 2018. Heated River came out the following year in March 25th. And I rated, I don't think I rated both books a 5 star. No, Game Changer, I gave it a 4.5 because there is I wouldn't say, it's kind of like oh my gosh, what's it called? Like a middle pinpoint breakup. Well, it's a miscommunication breakup. What if you, it drives me up the wall, but I guess. So yes, what did I say? It's a I forgot already. Good lord. It's a miscommunication breakup, and like literally I think l- almost, I would say like 7 chapters towards the end, and you're like, really? But whatever. Not just, I mean, little spoiler alert. And so that's the only reason why I gave it a 4.5 stars, because of that. And then I gave Heated Rivalry 5 stars. The next book I will be reading is it Tough Guy? Is the third one? Um, I don't remember. Oh, doesn't help me. What's the Yeah, Tough Guy is the third one. What's that about? I don't know, but there's a hockey player in it, I guess. So those are those both books. And let's see. Oh, my next book is His and Hers by Alice Finney, and this book came out July 28th of 2020. Again, this another adaptation book that came out on some streaming services, or streaming service, I should say. Is all about the rave. I did watch the first episode. Actually, did I ever finish the first episode? I don't think I finished the first episode yet, only because Bridgerton is out. So I put a pause on it, and I know Netflix is like, girl, His and Hers. I'm like, I know, I'll get to it. Once Bridgerton is over, I'll go back to it. But anyways, His and Hers is about there's, how did it go? I want to read the synopsis, because if I explain what it is, it's not as good. But let me pull it out. Do do. Oh, oh my gosh. His and Hers. Here we go. There are two sides to every stories. Yours and mine's, ours and theirs, his and hers, which means someone is lying. There's a few people lying in this book. Anyways, let me keep going. When a woman is murdered in Blacktown, a coincident, now I'm pronouncing that word, British village news reader Anna Andrews is reluctant to cover the case. Detective Jack Harper is suspicious of her involvement until he becomes a suspect in his own murder investigation. Someone isn't telling the truth, and some secrets are worth killing to keep. Um, so yeah, but I rated this book. When did I give it a 5 star? Yes, I gave His and Hers a 5 star. I'm, like I said, I'm gonna go back to watching the show, but um, and within the first episode, there's already changes, which is not too like, oh my god, but I'm excited. There's a few twists in this book, so be prepared. It's very kind of like unreliable narrator. Well, narrators, I should say. And I ate this book up. So that's that's one. And then the next book I read was Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, which is book 1 out of 6, 7, 8. I don't remember. Once again, another book adaptation. I've been wanting to read this book for a very long time. I didn't. Hello, editing unfiltered Brittany here. I just want to make a quick note that I forgot to mention about the OG Percy Jackson movies. I've only seen the first one. I didn't see the second one with Logan Lerman. So I do want to give the original Percy Jackson their flowers. It slipped my mind. I can't believe I forgot. But yes, I do want to mention about the Percy Jackson movie. Read okay, when this book first came out in '05, right? Um, which is crazy because I would have, I mean, I was 15 when this book came out, and I don't know what was going on in my life why I didn't read this book. You know what? I lied. I was reading Nancy Drew. I was reading Nancy Drew because I was trying to be like Harriet the Spy. I think that's what I was trying to go for. Um, and did I ever read the Hardy Boys? Probably, but Nancy Drew was my girl at the time. So that's probably why I never got a chance to read Percy Jackson because I thought it was too cool for that. But here I am as a 36-year-old woman reading this book, which I loved. Um, I gave it a 4.5 star because I don't remember why. It's the first book, and but that's not the reason. I forgot why, but I gave it a 4.5 stars. And Percy Jackson's about a 12. Is he 12 or 11 at this time? I know in the show they kind of up their age a little bit, but I think he's 11 in the book. And he finds out he's a demigod essentially. So it's kind of like I don't want to say it. I don't. You're a wizard. That's what I'm trying to get at, kind of situation. And um, and just finding out, who he is, who his father is, and going on a literally adventure with his friends and trying to not have a god war essentially. So, but yeah, I'm kind of not sad, but kind of brokenhearted, I guess, for my teenage self to not read this book when this book first came out. But like I said, I'm an adult now and I'm loving it. So I can't wait to read all the other books and watch the show. So let's move on to I don't know which one's next. I didn't write it down. I said Game Changer Percy Jackson. Oh, my last book. Um it's not a actually I don't think this is going to be a a TV adaptation or a movie adaptation, but um I read it because I liked the premise of it. Is Soul Searching by Leah Sage, who wrote, what did she write? Oh, Lost and Lassoed, Wreck and no. Lost and Lost no, Dust and Dusted. I was getting my books messed up. Dust and Dusted. Uh I forgot the second book because I can't see it from here. Lost and Lassoed and Wrangled, Wild and Wrangled. So basically the cowboy series. Um she wrote this book that came out April of last year. And this one, the premise is that Collins is I can never remember their names because it was confusing. Because I was thinking Collins was the guy, and um, what is his name? Oh, here we go. Collins and Rebel Blue Ranch is the series of what I'm thinking of. But Collins and Bradley, that's his name. Bradley Cooper, because I kind of laughed. Um, so I guess Collins is moving back home to Sweetwater Lake in Wyoming, and she comes across this guy named Bradley Cooper. and and the and she hears ghosts. She doesn't see ghosts, but she hears ghosts. And she something happened in some point of her life of when she left home, and now she's coming back. And now she met Bradley, who is a furniture upholstery who fix furniture essentially. But she and her parents are losing their business. So that's one reason. One reason she's coming back. And and like I said, she talks to ghosts, I guess, and and she wants to hear them. She misses them talking to her. And that's basically what the book's about. And I gave it a 3. Yeah, I gave it a 3 star because they had me in the first half. The middle was okay, I guess. And then the ending was like, yep, we're together and I don't hear ghosts anymore. So I think Layla was, I think she had, I mean, I can't speak for her, but to make this, I didn't want to rate it a 2 star or a 2.5 star. Like I said, I did enjoy it, but there was some parts in the book where I'm like, that was a choice. But and I guess there's going to be a second book, or yeah, because it says Soul Searching Sweetwater Peak #1, and I'm assuming she's going to write a 2. So maybe it's about her sister because she has a twin sister, and hopefully there's no ghosts because that didn't work out what I had in mind. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe I had too high expectations for it. But yeah, that's, oh wait, did I miss one? No, I didn't finish that book until February. But that is it. That is my January wrap up. Like I said, this wasn't 6 books in 1 month is kind of low for me. I think last year I did like 10 fresh out the gate. So I'm a little dilly dally with this the first month of the year. February, we'll see how we go. I don't think I'm doing too swell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm not doing too great either. Um, I'm just taking my sweet old time. I guess. So, once again, thanks for watching. I hope you comment, like, and subscribe. When this video is up, Valentine's Day is over, but I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day or a great Saturday. Um, I'm a little sunburned right there. I apologize. Um, have a good Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm off Monday. Thank you, Abraham. Birthday. Is it Abraham's birthday or is it President's Day? Something like that. I'm off, so I get to sleep in. Support your local libraries and indie bookstores, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.